In the very north of North America sits Canada, a former colony of the British Empire that would gain independence on July 1st, 1867. It's home to most of the planet's maple syrup production, the world's longest coastline, and some of the strangest cryptids to exist. These stories are pretty unbelievable. I think they're true, though. Number 5 is the Toronto Tunnel Monster. It was a summer day in 1978 when a 51-year-old Toronto local, only known as Ernest, had a pet kitten disappear. During his search, he saw a dark cave and entered, hoping to find his pet. As he turned on his flashlight, he saw something that he just couldn't explain. As he described it, long and thin, almost like a monkey, 3 feet long, large teeth, weighing maybe 30 pounds, with slate gray fur. He also said the creature had slanted eyes that were a mix of red and orange. But what's most strange about his encounter was that he reported the creature speaking to him, hissing out, go away, before running down into the cave. Ernest quickly exited afterwards. He was hesitant to come forward with his story, fearing being labeled as crazy, but reported it anonymously to the Toronto Sun, a local newspaper. The following day, he re-entered the cave, accompanied by some employees of the Sun, and tragically found the remains of his cat. It was speculated that the local sewer system connected to the tunnel he spotted the creature in. Local sewer workers said they wouldn't doubt Ernest's story, claiming that no one, not even them, really knows what's down there. Interestingly, although Ernest was the only one to report seeing the monster in modern times, the Algonquin natives of the area told stories of beings called the Memig-Heswi, small, hairy, strange-voiced, and sometimes mischievous river spirits. The rivers they were said to live near were eventually covered up by the city, often with tunnels. Next up are marked hominids. Marked hominids seem to be something adjacent to Bigfoot, but not quite the same. They are said to be primates, standing between 6 and 7 feet tall, despite seemingly having no necks due to how low their skulls are placed on their body. The name marked hominid originates from their fur patterns. Although most of their fur is dark, often black or brown, they have lighter and highly visible spots. The most famous of these, which is pictured on screen right now, is named Old Yellowtop and hails from Cobalt, Ontario. They are smaller than the North American Sasquatch and have more human faces with large eyes, likely due to their nocturnal lifestyles and the low light of the area they're said to live in. Marked hominids are said to be very intelligent creatures, using tools, wearing clothing, and even communicating and trading with natives. Although unlike Sasquatch there are no stories of them attacking humans, they have been said to cause dogs to disappear. At number 3 is the Ogopogo. The Ogopogo is a lake monster said to live in Okanagan Lake in British Columbia. It is described as a sea serpent-like entity and stretches for 40 to 50 feet end to end. Similarly to Scotland's Loch Ness Monster, the Ogopogo is said to resemble some form of dinosaur and has been a source of tourism revenue for the area, even drawing a $1 million bounty for its capture in the 1980s. The earliest sighting of the Ogopogo came in 1872 from a woman named Susan Allison. Then one day in 1926, 30 cars passed Okanagan Mission Beach, claiming to have seen the creature. In 1968, a man named Art Folden filmed what is allegedly the Ogopogo moving through the water, and computer analysis determined that whatever was in the video is at the very least a real, solid, three-dimensional object. In 2011, another video was taken on a cell phone camera of the creature. According to some stories, inside the middle of the lake there is a cave where the Ogopogo is said to hide beneath the waves. Next up is the Wahila. The Wahila is an enormous canine with a few bear-like traits, such as size, facial features, and claws, said to inhabit Canada and even stretch over into the neighboring Alaska. Unlike most canines, they seem to be solitary animals, never sighted in packs. They stand up to 4 feet at the shoulder as compared to the average wolf's 2.5 feet in height, in addition to being much bulkier. Theories regarding their origins range from surviving dire wolves, a new species entirely, or even the same mystical beings the natives told stories of, describing them as wicked entities possessing supernatural abilities. Number 1 is the legendary Wendigo. It's a cold and brutal winter. Food supplies run low and run out, forcing the Algonquins to rely on their last source of sustenance, each other. After the deed is done, the cannibal would find himself transformed into the animalistic abomination known as the Wendigo. The Wendigo is said to be monstrously tall, spanning from 7 to a whopping 15 feet in height. They're deer-headed with massive antlers and glowing eyes. The Wendigo is seemingly starving, often with exposed ribs, perhaps part of the curse they are said to suffer from. Always hungering for more, but never able to be satiated. Despite their deathly skinny physiques, they are said to possess incredible physical capabilities, in addition to the ability to mimic voices in attempts to lure victims. At the turn of the 20th century, there were numerous reports from natives of Wendigo-related human disappearances. The veracity of these claims is dubious at best, but the sheer number might make you think once or twice before wandering out into the forest at night. Do you agree with my list? Are there any maple leaf monsters you would have included? Let me know in the comment section below.